Welcome to Eagan Wildcats Stadium. This is John Jacobson bringing you tonight's game. Special thanks to Nia Nyack, sophomore at Eagan, who just got done singing the national anthem. So the Wildcats tonight take on the Farmington Tigers in a conference game. Eagan comes into the game ranked number 2 in the state behind Edina. Edina did have a kind of a surprise loss last evening, so there will be some shuffling around in the stands come next week. Eagan's record this year is 6-0-3, so they are I believe, the last undefeated team in the state. Conference record 2-0-1, with their lone tie coming against the Rosemont Irish. Farmington comes into the game 4-3-2. Now they've got some tough losses. They've got Minnetonka 1-0, Wayzata 2-0, and then Lakeville North, they got beat by them as well, 1-0. And they have tied in conference play Eastview and Apple Valley. So the Wildcats can't take this game for granted. Farmington is an up-and-coming soccer powerhouse. They've got a good feeder program coming in, and the Wildcats are going to have to be ready for this one. Injury-wise, Wildcats are sitting all right. Emily Cronkite still out, along with another gal, Breckland, who was hurt. Emma, or not Emma, that's her sister. Anyway, she was hurt earlier in the year. But the Wildcats, again, have some depth. Coach Osterk has again preached defense as being the number one way to win. And he is rotating people in and out of the lineup, trying to find scoring combinations as usual. But defense comes first, and defense starts in goal with Megan Plashko now. We're getting ready to move. We'll turn it over to the starting lineups for the Wildcats, and we'll have the the PA announcer go through that with everybody.
Now we direct your attention to the introduction tunnel. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats. Starting with the goalkeeper. She is senior, number 1, Captain Megan Plashko. Defense, senior number 2, Chloe Miller. Defense, senior number 7, Grace Schoberg. Forward, junior number 8, Julia Barger. Defense, sophomore number 11, Olivia Miller. Forward, senior number 13, Captain Abigail McKenzie. Midfield, senior number 15, Ellen Pagoyas. Defense, senior number 16, Jess Van Wyk. Midfield, senior number 17, Captain Brooke Poplinski. Midfield, senior number 18, Allison Wong. And forward, senior number 22, J.C. Borman. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Chad Flynn, David Juarez, John Obarski, and Umut Ozturk. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Turk Ozturk. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats.
All right, so we get through the starting lineups here for both teams. Beautiful night in Eagan. It's a great night for soccer, actually, because the temperature is moderate, about 68 degrees. No sun in anybody's eyes. Slight breeze coming out of the northeast, and we're getting ready to start the game. Again, Wildcats having a good season. Certain things. Coach Osterk had a veteran team coming into the year, and has done a good job mixing a few people back and forth with positions, trying to find that combination up top, depending on how the opponent is playing them. One of the strengths of Coach Osterk is actually reading the other team. He'll make lineup adjustments every time he substitutes, and he'll look for mismatches. He'll look for opportunities to put girls in the position to succeed. And that's a huge benefit. The girls have to buy into that. They have to understand their role or roles depending on where they're playing. But Coach Osterich is going to start, again, Megan Plaschko in goal. Solid defensive line with Jessica Van Wyk kind of anchoring that. A couple of defensive mids. Looks like Allison Wong is going to be starting at the advanced mid position, and here we are. So Farmington, again, a nice controlled team. They're going to keep the ball on the ground. They're going to move it in and out, and Eagan is going to have to do some things to take things away. There's a step, for example. We've got to, we can't let them turn with the ball at midfield because this team is going to be rock solid controlling the ball. Throwing for Farmington on the near side. Off the foot, and Wildcats will take that the other way. JC Borman with the throw. And she finds Abigail McKenzie up top. Good pressure. Good job by the defenders getting that out of there. 2 touch passes, and they're turned the other way. McKenzie now with a cross. And that's slightly over the goal, and that's off the post and in. Goalkeeper misjudged that. McKenzie looking for the cross, actually put it on frame. And that one taps off the inside of the post and in, caught the keeper a little bit by surprise on that. Big surprise opening minute, under a minute into the game, and Wildcats are up 1-0. I'm pretty sure if you ask Abigail McKenzie at the end of the game if that was a shot or a pass, she would admit to that being a pass, a cross, looking for someone on the other side.
Abigail McKenzie.
So Wildcats up 1-0.
Number 22, JC Borman.
We'll see how Farmington, how the Tigers respond.
The goal is 57 seconds.
McKenzie actually played that ball. She came from an offside position to come back and play it, so we're going to whistle. That'll be a free kick for the Tigers. Kick up to midfield, Peklinski with the header. That's Pagoyas. Finding Barger. And McKenzie settles things down. Barger now looking to turn, and that gets deflected and cleared out by the Tigers. Ball played into space nicely by the Tigers. Red, that's number 11, Olivia Miller. Taps it down the line to Barger. Barger has that slide out of bounds. Throw in for the Tigers on the far side. It's headed by Schoberg up to Barger. Good battle there. Wildcats put the throw in on the far side. Throw in that goes off long and out of bounds. That's
goal kick, Farmington.
I'm sorry, that was Ellen Pagoyas. No, I'll correct myself again. Allison Wong with off her and out. Ball cleared out. Keeper wasn't sure if it was her defender playing it back to her or off the Wildcats, so she had to kick that one out of harm's way. Good job by Borman. Gets dragged down a little bit. And that's a Farmington throw. played across at Schoberg. Tracking it down. And that went off the Tigers' hand. So
handball violation was the call.
Free kick
for the Wildcats.
Jessica Van Wyk with free kick. She's got a big, strong leg, so look for her to put this right in at the top of the box. Between there and the free kick line. There it is. Ball bouncing. Borman giving chase, and the keeper comes out, gobbles that one up. Normally a ball doesn't bounce more than a couple times in the box like that, so Wildcats maybe a little bit unlucky. Farmington fortunate that nobody got a head or foot on that. Ball played back, knocked down by Olivia Miller. Looking for Borman. Goyas now taps it back to Borman. Good touch there. Wong knocks it back. Brooke Popinski with a run. And Chloe Miller taps it in front. Oh, a little bit of a high kick, not called. And Grace Schoberg. Good touch. Looking for Wong in the middle. Schoberg, good touch around the defender. Looking across the ball, and that one slides off her foot a little bit, so it goes out of bounds.
Goal kick, Tigers.
Good aggressive play by Pagoyas, knocking it out of bounds, throwing for the Tigers. A little miscommunication there between Poplinski and Schoberg. And the Tigers finally come up with it. Chipping in long, and that's Jess Van Wyk. Playing it back to her keeper, Megan Plashko, who clears it up towards midfield. Wong now with the ball. Looking for McKenzie, back to Wong. And a good ball here, just out of the reach of J.C. Borman. Poplinski with the header. Borman giving chase. She was coming from an offside position, so again, that's whistled down for the second time on the Wildcats.
Wildcats offside, indirect free kick, Farmington.
Poplinski tracks that. Miller over the back. No call. And McKenzie now bringing it down the side. Going to slide it to Barger. Miller to Wong. Good defensive play. Schoberg goes shoulder to shoulder. And now Borman with some space down in the corner. Cuts it back, has the defender beat. Left foot shot, oh, and that just gets deflected. Oh, and a follow-up shot by Barger goes just wide. That's a nice play by J.C. Borman down here in the corner. Faking that cross and cutting it back in. Let's take a look at that. There she is, gets it to her left foot. Solid shot on goal. And Barger being where she's supposed to be at that far post, looking to clean anything up that she has a chance to, and that one could have been in the back of the net. Tigers play the ball up, control it on the near side. Yeah, it's going to be a foul.
Whistle foul on the Wildcats. Free kick for the Tigers. On the kick, number 14, Margaret Newcomb for the Tigers.
While I won't promote the foul, I will promote the good job by Poplinski playing tight defense and not allowing the girl to turn with the ball. And keep her hands down next time and everything will be fine. Good touch there by Wong. Good tackle at midfield by the Farmington defender. And Schoberg with a good step. Looking to spring McKenzie, and the keeper is going to come out and grab this one. Good idea by Grace. Wong handing it under control. So far, nice movement of the ball by the top four. So your advanced mid, Allison Wong is working nicely with McKenzie, who's kind of being a target forward up there. Playing the ball to her, she's laying it back to Wong making a run or to the outside. So good control so far by the people up top for the Wildcats. Early in the year, the chemistry was not quite there yet, and the Wildcats struggled with possession up top. Looks like it's gotten quite a bit better. Substitution coming into the game for Farmington.
Substitution for Farmington onto the field, number 17, Anastasia Eagan. Coming off, number 2, Kenzie Mullerking.
Big throw for the Tigers, controlled by the Wildcats. Kenzie has one go over her head. Borman looking to spring McKenzie up top. Nice job by the Farmington defenders. And possession to get that out of there. Good double team by the Wildcats. Kenzie looking for Borman. Borman, nice cut inside. Trying to slide that over to Barger. Here's a control again, playing it through the defenders. And just out of the reach of J.C. Borman.
Goal kick upcoming for Farmington.
But again, that's a good look by McKenzie as that target forward. All over the head of Chloe Miller. It did deflect off her a little bit, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers. Substitution in for Farmington, number 12. And she'll take the throw.
Substitution for the Tigers. Anna Hagman, number 12, is in the game, coming off Margaret Newcomb, number 14.
Good step. Here's McKenzie now. Getting bumped. Actually, nice defensive play by Farmington. Schoberg under control. Earns a throw in. Kenzie now making the run towards the corner. And she'll knock it off the defender, earn a first corner kick of the game for the Wildcats.
Coming for the Wildcats. This will be their first of the game. It'll be from the far side. Moving over to take the kick is Grace Schoberg, number 7.
So Wildcats, everybody in on the line. This is an interesting move out, move back in, and a shot and a goal. I think that was Grace Schoberg all on her own. I don't know if that touched anybody. So she curled that in. It was an interesting lineup by the way that the Wildcats set that up with all the forwards on the line. They stepped out, came back in. Here's a look at it again, curling it in. And it may have gone off a Wildcat. I think it went right straight in the net. So Wildcats up 2-0. A nice goal there. We'll wait for the official announcement. But I think that was Grace Schoberg on the corner. Wong now. Oh, nice try there by McKenzie. Good run by Borman. Or I'm sorry, by Barger.
Scoring for the Wildcats, an unassisted goal scored by number 7, Grace Schoberg. It is unassisted in the 14th minute. The time of the goal is 13 minutes, 29 seconds. Wildcats goal.
Yep, as I thought, it did not go off another defender, so that's a pretty quality kick by Grace Schoberg to bend that in and tuck it inside the net on the far post. And there's a lot of action going on in front of the keeper, so you can't really hold her accountable for that. It looks like the Wildcats are going to earn a second corner kick. So the keeper's going to take a couple steps back.
Grace Schoberg, number 7, with the kick.
And let's look to see how they set up in front of the goal again. So everybody's down on the line. They're stepping back. We've got to go right in front of the keeper, and that just went over her head. So we kept J.C. Borman right on the keeper on that, so she couldn't really move more than a couple feet outside of where she was playing on the line.
On the kick for the
and I think she was a little bit fortunate that one didn't curl in as well. It's an interesting look by the Wildcats. Nice execution on both of those. Short throw, Chloe Miller. Off her foot. Miller follows it up. Schoberg now takes a touch. And Pagoyas into the keeper. So Wildcats up 2-0. About 15 minutes in. And that's going to be a little bit of a foul.
Whistle and a foul on Farmington. Free kick upcoming for the Wildcats.
All right, so now we've got Megan Plashko getting into the game. She's going to step up and take this. And my guess is she's going to put this as close to on frame as possible. So look for the Wildcats to make runs. And there it is on frame.
Off the free kick, the shot by Megan Plashko. Save made, Julia Paduano.
Wong was in there, wasn't quite able to track it. Otherwise she could have either deflected the ball or created a little bit of disruption for the keeper. Ooh. Good ball again by McKenzie. Schoberg looking for Borman. Borman. A little bit of a stutter step. And corner kick again. Good job by Borman. I think the
Tigers corner kick
Tiger defender had her outsized and was able to get an arm on her. But she fought through that.
Number 7 on the kick.
I don't imagine Grace is going to take this one with her left foot and try and curl it. So we've got a different look on this corner kick. So the girls are out just outside the 6-yard box. Chip in right into the middle. Oh, what a great play there by the Tiger defender.
Number 15.
Pagoyas headed that right towards the far post. Defender standing on that post was able to keep her arms out of the way and body it out, and then the rebound just went wide. So good execution again on a set play by the Wildcats. There's a look at it again. There's the head. Good job by the defender. Made 2 saves on that. It's a follow-up. I think that was Brooke Poplinski. McKenzie now, oh, and their shot goes right straight into the keeper. She tried playing that off the outside of her right foot. Nice save by the Tigers keeper. A little bit of a tug and a little bit of a push. Play on, advantage Wildcats. McKenzie tries sliding that in, and we'll take the throw in up on the near side. Borman with the throw. And that'll be a corner kick for the Wildcats.
Corner kick coming for the Wildcats.
So let's see what kind of execution we have on this one.
Corner kick Wildcats, their fourth. Grace Schobert, number 7, will take the kick.
So Grace played that right into about the penalty kick area, just outside the 6-yard box. Got a nice header. This is a little bit short and cleared out by the Tigers. Good control and a turn and a foot race. Won nicely by Jess Van Wyk. The communication on the back line, just an example of how well they worked. Megan Plashko was calling for that ball, and it was an easy pass back by Jess Van Wyk for Megan to clear the ball. But that's where your keeper has to be active, has to be in the game despite not seeing any shots, and mentally made the right call on that. Tracked down by the Wildcats. Poplinski now with some space. It's Farmington starting to fall back. Good run here on the outside. That's Miller cutting it back, looking for Borman. Borman was in an offside position playing that ball. So free kick for the Tigers. Just after halfway through the first half, Wildcats still on top, 2-0. Done a really nice job controlling this game. My neck is getting tired moving right. Kind of like a Viking fan this weekend. Poplinski knocks it over to Schoberg. A couple of bounces. Good control there by Grace. Looking across field for Chloe Miller. A little bit too much pace on that one. And a couple more subs coming in for Farmington. Coach Osterk playing it pretty close with his starters. They're doing a nice job. And controlling things pretty well, so he's going to let them play. As Coach Osterk gains confidence with people, he'll let them play it out for more than the first, half of the first half, and then wait for some subs to come in. So Norma Clune's going to come in along with Ainsley Ditlefson in a second here. Jess Van Wyk is going to take the kick to start. That's a big kick. Boy, that puts defenders on their heels right there. So throw in for the Wildcats, and the substitutions will now come in. Like I said, Norma Clune
number 3, Ainsley Ditlefson.
And Ainsley Ditlefson.
Number 14, Norma Clune. Number 18, Allison Long. And number 22,
so here's the shuffle. We're going to have Ainsley coming in at that advanced mid position. Allison Wong did a nice job in the first few minutes. Oh, good cross coming in. Danger, good job. So now we've got Borman, Barger moving from the left side to the right side, and then Norma Clune taking over on that left side. Outside here's Barger with the run. Barger still has it at her feet. Doing a nice job. And Farmington just kicks it out of trouble. Miller now with the throw-in. Big throw headed out. Plinsky. Tough ball controlled nicely by Miller. Goes back to Miller. Van Wyk takes shoulder to shoulder on that one.
Substitution for Farmington, number 10, Emily Munzie is in the game for the Tigers. Coming off is number 4, Emily Schaefer.
That's a bad throw. Yep, so Wildcat throw in. Ooh, big kick. Nice ball in by Miller. And McClune bumps the keeper. It's not going to be a warning. But Farmington will get the free kick.
Wildcats, free kick, Tigers. The direct free kick, Tigers.
Miller now back to Detlefson, trying to slide it back to Barger. Called a little bit of a push on the Wildcats. That's all right.
Farmington. On the kick, number 18, Mallory Johnson.
So we're 25 minutes in, and I don't think Farmington has controlled the ball past the top of the box yet on the Wildcats. And as I mentioned earlier, Farmington they're a quality team. They have, their record may not look great, but they've got losses against some very quality soccer teams. And the Wildcats are actually having their way, doing a nice job. Oh, ball just about sprung McKenzie. And that ball goes out of bounds, throw in. A little bit of a Charlie horse, I think, for McKenzie. This time of the year and for the rest of the year, she's going to have to get used to getting pounded by the defenders of the other team at that spot in the box. That's going to be offsides. Norma McClune was really close to timing that run perfectly. Great cross, good runs by both of the Wildcat forwards on that.
The direct free kick for the
Back to Abigail McKenzie, you know, being that target forward, she's going to have one or both of the center defenders not wanting her to touch the ball, not wanting her to control things, and they're going to come up and play her hard from behind. Shoulders, bumps here, bumps there.
Shot taken, Ainsley Titless, number 3.
You have to, first of all, be able to keep your cool on things, but you also have to be physically and mentally strong, trying to do everything you need to do up there. Big throw by Miller. McKenzie now will take it. Cross looking for McClune. Bad touch there. Bumped off her foot. Not a bad touch, unfortunate touch. Good read by Grace Schoberg. Gets her feet chopped out from underneath her, but she read that pass and stepped in nicely. Ainsley must have Ainsley Ditlefson coming off the field. She has a bloody nose, it looks like.
The Wildcats. Allison Long, number 18, back in, coming off Ainsley Ditlefson, number 3.
So she'll be squeezing the bridge of her nose for a few minutes. Good read by McClune. Schoberg now with the throw on the far side. McClune turns towards the middle, looking for McKenzie. Kuplinski now steps. Wins a physical battle in the middle of the field. Nicely done. There's the Wildcats again, not letting Farmington turn with the ball. McLuhan keeping the ball under control. Oops, a little miscommunication there. And Farmington clears things up towards midfield. That would have been a handball. And it is a handball.
Whistle foul on the Tigers handball violation. Free kick, Wildcats. Jess Van Wyk, number 16.
So again, this will go into the top of the box. Balls have been bouncing a little bit too much. So let's see what happens here. Good clear by the Farmington. And Poplinski, ooh, looking to tee that one up, just missed it. Good job by the Wildcats. McKenzie now gives chase. Long back in the game for Ditlevson, and there's that touch. Bodies on the ground, slide it to the middle. Good look, good try. There we go, switch the field. So Farmington's really kind of playing back a little bit. They're trying to pack the box. Wildcats are really doing a nice job controlling things. McLuhan did not get the call on a slight push to the back, so throwing for Farmington. There's going to be a substitution coming in.
Substitution for Farmington, number 36, Bailey McCudden in the game for the Tigers. Coming off, number 13, Sarah Hannon.
I think that substitution was more to give his girls a break. The Farmington coach subbed the person on the very furthest part of the field, just to buy about 15 extra seconds for his girls to catch their breath. Schoberg now looking for Barger. Barger, nice touch, gets around the defender. That's just a smart play by Julia Barger. Miller now touches it back. Poplinski plays it into the corner. A little bit too much weight, and that'll go for
Ball out of bounds, goal kick for the Tigers.
Goal kick for Farmington. Long with a turn. Throwing for the Wildcats. Barger sneaking between two defenders, and the third kicked it out of bounds. Big throw by Miller. McLuhan comes in. Poplinski now trying to bring it to the ground. Back to Wong. Out to Barger, who comes away with it. Barger looking to cross towards the top of the box, and a great shot and a great save there. Wow.
Shot taken. Abigail McKenzie, number 13.
McKenzie slid back. Instead of crashing the goal, she slid back to the top of the box. Here's a look at it again. Barger cuts it back. Nice shot, solid shot. Keeper made a nice save, and two people following. Good action. And throw in for the Wildcats. Miller will take this. McKenzie making the run over the defender. Another throw in for the Wildcats. So Mackenzie clips that over.
Corner kick upcoming for the Wildcats. This will be their 5th.
That's good ball control by the Wildcats there. Abigail Mackenzie plays that out of the air with a volley. And now we got another corner kick. So all the Wildcats in front of the goal. Grace Schoberg will take the kick. She'll curl this one in again. Yep, she's got the curl on. Off the crossbar. I think that was McClune that knocked that one off the crossbar, but perfect bend on the ball. Wildcats using some height.
Corner kick again for the Wildcats.
So you might be saying, gee whiz, Farmington, what can you do to defend that? There isn't much. Those balls are played in perfectly. And the Wildcats are all right there. Great ball again to the far post, just past, that was number 11 over there, Olivia Miller, who had snuck in from in back. Chloe Miller will chip that over, and that goes just wide.
Goal kick, Tigers. 2 substitutions for Farmington.
All but one of those corner kicks have been put in a very, very dangerous spot. I think Farmington's lucky they've only given up one. And as you move later into the season, goals on set plays are going to win and lose championships, and I think Coach Osterk knows that. He works on it. And the Wildcats have done a really nice job executing those tonight. Mackenzie now looking to go one-on-one, plays it to Barger, give and go. Klinsky with a big knock wide.
Goal kick, Tigers.
Miller with the throw. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first half. Wildcats controlling play, holding on to that 2-0 lead, trying to add to that before halftime. Barger with a turn. Throwing again for Chloe Miller. She's going to gun this one towards the middle of the box. Slips a little bit out of her hands. Oplinski now looking to tee one up. Barger knocks towards the middle. McClune comes in. Miller, Poplinski, and run over there to Olivia Miller. Up to Wong. Nice patience and control here by the Wildcats. And Farmington with a little bit of running room. Goya shuts that down, and Poplinski comes up with the ball. Good recovery there by the Wildcats. Farmington gave them a little bit of space, and they just shut it down. Just plain shut it down. Schoberg with the throw. Flick by McClune. Barger has Chloe Miller. Takes herself. Shot. Oh, and a
Julia Barger, number 8.
Nice save there by the keeper. That one I thought was going to sneak over her, but she timed her jump perfectly and snapped that one out of the air. Good shot and a save. Chloe Miller now looking for Mackenzie. That'll go for a Wildcat throw in. Try it again. Mackenzie trying to work her way around. Armbar, armbar. You know what? That's just a solid play. She didn't push off. She used her arms to shield things. Now Chloe Miller's going to look to throw it right towards the side of the 6-yard box. Little flick. Finds Wong. And the chip shot gathered in by the keeper.
13.
Van Wyk taps it over to Chloe Miller. And that'll slide out of bounds. Farmington throw in. Chloe Miller, nice step. Polinsky finding feet.
10 seconds remaining.
Short, long on that touch and go. And McKenzie offside.
Wildcats off.
So that'll bring us to the end of the first half. We'll step away here. Wildcats,
the end of the first half.
very nice first half. I don't think Coach Osterk has to yell too much, so the girls will kind of get a break here at halftime. Anyway, 2-0. We'll step away and come back for the second half.
And we also remind you tonight at both soccer games, the Midday School High School Cancer Student will be the second annual Feeling the Cancer event. T-shirts are sold football game is this Friday here at Wildcat Stadium, with the proceeds being raised for the Randa Shaver Cancer Research Fund. Here's a summary of the first half. 2 goals scored.
Walking to school, I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day he was told he had autism.
Science at autismspeaks.org.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. This is John Jacobson. You're bringing you the second half of the Eagan Wildcat Farmington Tiger game. Wildcats are on top of this one, 2-0 at halftime. As I mentioned, stepping away, that Coach Osterk probably didn't have too much criticism for the girls, and sure enough, at halftime, you could see them down there on the sidelines, laughing, joking, happy with the girls' play. They've really done a nice job tonight, controlling the ball, shutting down a pretty darn good Farmington team that comes in with maybe not the best record, but losses against very quality teams, and Wildcats have really done a nice job putting everything together tonight. I talked about Abby McKenzie, moving up top. She had been playing that midfield position, and since Coach Osterk made some adjustments, he's got her up at that target forward, similar to some players in the past for the Wildcats that I can recall, Carly Chaplinsky. But she's done a nice job coming back, winning the ball, distributing, and girls are making runs, off of that possession, and they really control the ball nicely. And then I can't say enough about, the corner kicks, the quality that Grace Schoberg has put in front of the goal. Farmington, you can't really defend what's going on there. I mean, they're in a dangerous spot. Wildcats know where it's going to be. They're moving to those positions. They're tracking the ball nicely, and Wildcats literally could have 3 or 4 more. So good possession here down on the far side. Borman gets double teamed, and Farmington clears the ball out. Now, if you look at what Farmington's doing, they know they've been outmanned. They know that Eagan's playing with some confidence right now, and they've got everybody back in the box. They've really tightened things down, and they've got one person, number 27, Courtney Turner, playing up top, trying to win a ball and buy some time for her teammates to catch up. But everybody on the Tigers has fallen back into a defensive posture, and Wildcats just keep pressing. Ball thrown into the corner. Deflection, nice touch here by Chloe. And Wildcats will switch field. One criticism I will make, and I won't even mention it as a criticism, but Wildcats got stuck a couple times trying to pound the ball up the same side of the field, and I think they had opportunities to switch the field a couple times. It's a good touch, Wong to McKenzie. McKenzie looking to cross it, and she was in an offside position, so that's whistled down. Free kick for the Tigers. But the Wildcats are controlling the ball well enough at this juncture that if they get stuck on one side, they can bring it back and go the other way. So we'll look and see if that gets implemented here a little bit more in the second half, or if Turk just said, keep doing what you're doing, we're winning. Barger. It's nice ball slid up to McKenzie. That's some chemistry that's being formed there between those three. And that's a throw in for Farmington. There's Wildcats defending right there. Brooke Poplinski would not let the girl turn with the ball, and they have to bring it the other direction in order to advance things. Long now. Good touch inside. Comes up with it again. Off Borman, looking for Chloe Miller on that far side. At halftime, I did hear through the grapevine that it sounds like Chloe Miller will be going to St. Ben's next year. She's going to be fortunate to be playing on a brand new, beautiful soccer field up at St. Ben's. Schoberg now looking to turn with the ball. Ooh. There's Grace playing her shy game, trying to make friends.
Whistle foul on the Wildcats. Free kick upcoming for the Tigers. And the kick is Ella Johnson, number 22.
I don't know Grace Schoberg at all, but she does play with a little bit of a mean streak, and it's not a mean, dirty streak, but it is hard-nosed soccer. And it goes off Barger, so throw in for the Tigers. Number 13, Sarah Hannon with the throw. Barger with a turn. Blinsky looking up top. That's Borman trying to cut in. And White to Miller. And there's a good touch. That's a good touch. Throwing on the near side. JC Borman comes over to take that. Big throw. Looking for Wong. Comes down. McKenzie. Wong. And finally tapped out of there by the... That's shoulder to shoulder. Fans in the stands got to let that one go. Barger looking to slide it through, and that gets deflected out of there. Comes back to Julia.
Whistle foul on the Wildcats.
Must have been a mosquito on the defender's back that Barger was trying to swat out of there.
Farmington.
There's a nice play. That's a good cut by McKenzie, and for Grace to find her at her feet. That's what you want from your target forward. There we go. We switch the field. Nicely done. Miller now looking for Borman. Borman being tenacious down on the far end and just slides out of bounds. I think that's going to be a goal kick. Yep. Goal kick for Farmington.
Goal kick. Tigers.
Blinsky taps that one a little bit off the top of her head. So there's some of the ball control that Farmington is capable of, and that Eagan has done a really nice job of taking away from them tonight. Farmington is used to controlling the ball, keeping it on the ground, moving it throughout the midfield, and looking for a break. And this could be the first time they've touched the box or touched the ball inside the top of the box. And Miller comes away with that. Powers through. Oh, nice turn. Nice turn to get out of trouble. That was number 7, Kennedy Olivis. And Van Wyk says, you know what, we've had it down here far enough, long enough. Let's get it out of here. Van Wyk, Goyas, Wong gets her feet chopped out from under her. Free kick for the Wildcats.
Whistle foul called on Farmington. Free kick upcoming.
So we're 9.5 minutes into the second half. Wildcats still holding on to that 2-0 lead. There's a look. Big ball. Goyas with a girl on her shoulder. Oh, look at this. Trouble, and that's a shot and a goal. Nicely done by Julia Barger there to get a left foot on. Take a look at this again. Just a perfectly placed shot. As she's going down to the field. Advantage being able to kick with your left foot. And Wildcats up 3-0 now. Barger's had a real nice game so far. A few, touch passes, looking for, Mackenzie inside. A couple of nice crosses. One-on-one, she's, taking on defenders. And nice to see her. That wasn't offside. I'll disagree with that call. I don't often, but I think she timed that one okay.
Scored by Julia Barger. The assist, Allison Wong.
But Julia Barger, again, junior forward for the Wildcats. And you can really see some confidence being built in that front line. There's Mackenzie coming back. Barger making a run. And nice job by the defender there. Schoberg with control, looking to play it inside. Mackenzie coming back. That's what your target forward's going to do. Almost a nice turn there by Wong. Just slid out of her feet. Plinsky to Pagoyas. Into Wong. Trying to slide that through. Good win there by Farmington. Two defenders take it right back away. And the chip shot, and we didn't quite get all of that one. Ball controlled now by Farmington. Schoberg with the throw in. Couple of runs. Barger now. Borman has it come to her feet. And Barger's going to hit this one. That kick would have won the game for the Vikings over the weekend. So Coach Osterich a little bit happy with the performance, decides to empty the bench here. Normally Coach Osterich will sub in a couple people at a time, but he just threw about 6 girls on the field. And this is invaluable experience as you get later into the season for everybody. Good run here by Lindgren up the far side. It's pushed to the side. It's a sophomore forward. You have to figure out how to get bumped around, and this will be another throw in. Norma McClune will take this. Ditlevson brings it down to her feet, just out of reach. And a long clear by Farmington will result in a throw in for the Wildcats. Ditlevson slides it up top. It's number 12, Catherine Connolly. Nice chip on the far side. Here's Chloe Miller with a run. And we'll earn a corner kick on that. So Grace Schoberg out of the game. Looks like McClune is going to take this. Nora's running across.
Nora McClune, number 14.
So this will swing away from the net, up towards the top of the 6-yard box. Wildcats are loaded up on the far post. And the kick goes short. That's a handball in the box. And nice try there by Van Wyk. Oh, tracked down nicely. That was great hustle by Taylor Greben. Van Wyk, get rid of it. Good cross in here. Dillison giving chase. Blinsky with an arm bar.
Free kick, Tigers. On the kick, number 22, Emma Johnson.
Ball played short by Farmington. Good switch. And good pressure by Greben on the outside. Throwing for the Wildcats, Chloe Miller. She'll get to do that again. Substitution coming to the game, Grace Schoberg in for Brooke Poplinski. Brooke had a nice game tonight. She really did a solid job of not allowing anybody to turn with the ball at that midfield position. Coach Ozturk has been fortunate having some good players there in the last few years, and that's really what he needs them to do. Don't let the other team turn with the ball in that part of the field. And going back a few years, that's what that defensive mid has done very well for this Wildcat team, and it's helped with the success of the team. Lindgren dribbles that one out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers.
18, Mallory Johnson taking the kick.
This will be a throw in on the near side. Nora McClune to take it. Lindgren giving chase. Sniper in the stands, got Nora McClune there. And there's a shot on goal.
Shot taken for the Tigers, Tessa Erickson, number 19.
It appears Megan's legs have tightened up on her. She didn't quite get all that punt. Miller battling on the far side and wins that one. McClune. Goyas and just Van Wyk. McClune, nice head. Good win on the far side. That's Greben. Oop. That one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt. So foul called on Farmington. We'll bump into
The Tigers, free kick coming for the Wildcats.
Jess Van Wyk.
Jess Van Wyk, number 16 on the kick.
There's a little push in the back by Ellen Pagoyas.
The Wildcats, free kick for the Tigers.
And there's a look at that foul. Yep, she didn't try playing the ball quite at all on that one, so they're going to make that call. Couple substitutions, so Coach Osterich watched Megan punt that ball, and he's probably going to talk to her and say, hey, you got to stay loose. So he's giving Megan a rest here in a couple minutes, and Grace Hansen will come into the game. Megan's going to sit down. She's, I'm sure, exhausted. Throwing by McClune. Oh. Foul on Farmington. That was number 22 for them. Emma Johnson, senior defender. Clipped the legs out from underneath Wildcats. So Grace Schoberg back in the game. This is a little different angle than her corner kick. But I wouldn't be surprised if she goes far post trying to curl this one in. Over the keeper's head. And there it is, far post. And Chloe Miller's going to see that one a couple times tonight in her sleep. Great ball in by Schoberg. Nice turn in the middle of the field. And a good shot. That's Ditlevson. Handball against Wildcats. Look for the short kick here.
22 Emma Johnson.
Nope, they are going to kick it away. Goyas cleans that up, clears it up to midfield. Ditlevson with a good step. And Connolly makes the run. Keep running, keep running. Ditlevson heads it back looking for Lindgren. Ditlevson, oh, nice touch up here. Don't be afraid to shoot the ball with your left foot. Big throw. And cleared out. Miscommunication. Good touch. Ditlevson back out to Miller on the outside. Van Wyk. Left foot chips it up just out of bounds. And a substitution coming in, number 20, Maddie Springer. And throwing for Farmington. Control by Miller. With the Ditlevson. Making a turn, fighting through the defender. Outsized. but not taking any stuff. Good effort. Good work, Ainsley.
Johnson, number 22.
Throwing for Farmington. Listen, trying to change fields with that, but it gets deflected. And Farmington goes back down with it. Schoberg looking up top. Good defense by the Wildcats. I think that was a goal kick and not a foul. Let's see where they kick it from.
They'll call on the Tigers free kick, Wildcats.
Just Van Wyk knocks it up. Goyas trying to win that. And Farmington turns at midfield. Lays it wide here. Number 17 giving chase. That's Anastasia Hemmen. Ball knocked down by the Wildcats. Pugoyas. Van Wyk for Chloe Miller with some room. Miller chips it up. Oh, we've got a break here. Good touch. And earn the corner. Yep, corner kick for the Wildcats. Daryl Lindgren, nice job there. Keeping control of the ball, making a nice touch, and forcing the defender to play it out of bounds. So Grace Schoberg on the corner kick here.
On the kick, Grace Schoberg, number 7.
Let's see how the Wildcats set up. And we're not all on the line like they were in the first half. So people will be making runs. Chipped into the middle. Headed out of there by Farmington. Oh, and a one-time just wide. That was Chloe Miller, I think, with that shot.
So taken, Chloe Miller, number 2.
Couple more substitutions coming into the game. Farmington's coach, Aaron Johnson, has done a nice job, keeping bodies moving in and out. I know he's going to be a little bit disappointed with the result on this one, but Wildcats were really spot on tonight. Good touch, Nora McClune. Up nicely to Dillifson, who cuts it back and is looking to spring. Play that ball just a little bit more of an angle. And she was over the top of the defenders. Right idea. Schoberg takes on the defender, beats her nicely. Now has some room.
Shot by Grace Schoberg, number 7 is out of bounds. Goal kick for the Tigers.
That's a number 7 that could kick it straight.
Two substitutions for Farmington. Back in the game, number 36, Bailey McCudden. In the game now for the Tigers, number 6, Allison Bowen. And off number 13, Sarah Hannon. And number 11, Karen Geiger.
Goal kick for Farmington. Up towards midfield. Miller to Schoberg. Nice touch to Pagoyas. Good patience by the Wildcats. And there's the switching of the fields. Not quite all the way over. Schoberg. Or I'm sorry, Van Wyk knocks it up, and that's out of bounds. Chloe Miller with a throw. Good run. Wildcat forward. That's Connolly. Looked like she got dragged down. No call. Miller with a touch. Finds Connolly. Slides it back over. And a shot. Oh, and it just goes off the keeper's hands. I think that was number 12, Taylor Grebin, with the left-footed boot.
Corner kick for the Wildcats. Third of the second half. Number 7, Grace Schoberg.
So we're right at the 10-minute mark left in the game. Schoberg with another corner kick. Wildcats have had a few tonight. And that one's curling just over the goal.
The corner kick, now goal kick for the Tigers. For the Wildcats back in the game, number 18, Allison Long. Coming out is Ariel Lindgren, number 6. And a substitution for Farmington in the game, number 41, Paulina Montfreon. Coming off number 12, Hannah Hagman.
All right, so Coach Oster, we just made a substitution, took Ariel Lindgren off the game, moved Grace Schoberg up to the up top on the left side. Looks like he's playing with 2 offensive mids, and Ainsley Ditlefson and Allison Wong. Ellen Pagoyas is the lone defensive mid. Long trying to head with that one off to the side. Good touch. Don't let her turn. 2 defenders. Good job, Eagan. That's a great win by Grace Schoberg. Slides the ball through. Connolly now making a run. So I'll apologize to Morgan Eckerly, number 25 for the Wildcats. On my program, it had Catherine Connolly written down, and I didn't double check that, but I was just corrected. So Morgan Eckerly has had a really nice game tonight, and I apologize for not saying her name more often. Jess Van Wyk knocks it up. Grabbing back to Miller. Miller looking in the middle of the Pagoyas. To Wong at her feet. Trying to play that through between the 2 defenders. Wong follows up on it. Good turn. Eckerly, keep battling. Nice job. Good win on the throw in there. Ball crossed in front, and that's almost an own goal. Just tapped wide by number 22 for Farmington, Emma Johnson. And Wildcats will get another corner kick.
Corner kick, Wildcats. Fourth of the second half on the kick. Grace Schoberg, number 7 from the far side.
Some of the taller girls move up. Jess Van Wyk. Ainsley Ditlefson had slid back, and she was offside when she started that run, so free kick for the Tigers. Wildcats again holding on to that 3-0 lead. Throughout the game, they've controlled the ball, look confident, played well defensively. Took a lot away from this Farmington team. As I mentioned coming in, I believe Eagan is the lone remaining undefeated team in the state. At 6-0-3. Oh, here's a good touch. Norma Clune with a run. Her left-footed cross all the way far post. Chloe Miller reads that and runs up and provides some pressure. Good job by the Farmington defender on that far side. And a bit of a foot race here. Nice touch by Chloe Miller, and then playing it off the forward, earning the throw in rather than just kicking it out. That showed a little bit of patience, a little bit of soccer smarts there to earn the throw in as opposed to giving the other team the throw in. Throwing for Farmington here on the near side is approaching the 4.5 minute mark left in the game. McLuhan with Lindgren, who just came back into the game. Nice pass to Schoberg. Schoberg going one-on-one. Schools the defender. Chips it across far post. Over the top of the... I think that was Chloe Miller who snuck up and made a smart run. Good cross here. Lindgren to Schoberg. Oh, and that one just goes wide. Nice couple touches there. Smart play, first of all, to play it back for the cross. And then we had two people, one deflected, and I'm sure that was a pass from Lindgren to Schoberg. Just sliding wide. But again, they're showing a little bit of creativity.
Shot taken, Grace Schoberg,
I think Grace is going to want that one back. That was probably supposed to be a cross. Chloe Miller on the far side brings it down, now giving chase. And Wyke, perfect defensive play, good control. Take a touch, settle it down. Miller again with the ball. Chloe Miller. Allison Wong. Back to Jess. So it has been a little bit of a lopsided game. Total shots on goal for the game have been 27-1. The one shot for Farmington from a little bit further out, but the Wildcats have had a number of shots, and shots were 27-21. Shots on goal, 15-1. So the Wildcats, Coach Osterk is always trying to find that combination on offense. Defensively, this team has been solid. They've made some adjustments, moved some people around, and he's trying to find that combination that is going to generate some offense and some creativity up top. And I think he's going to be a little bit excited with what's transpired tonight. Here's a good run by McLuhan, looking for Schoberg. And that's a perfect example. Where when you're creative and you're controlling the ball, bringing it up the field, Norma McLuhan can read that, and she can be that outside defender making a run. Chloe Miller's been doing it on the other side as well. But again, late in the season, the other teams fall asleep a little bit, and it's that outside defender that's going to sneak up and maybe earn the game-winning goal late. Good ball through. Lindgren giving chase. Good touch there, Pagoyas. Looking for Grace Schoberg. Oh, and she's going to wish she made the touch on that.
Goal kick, Tigers. 1 minute
1 minute left in the game on this one. Eagan again, 3-0. Good win by Ditlevson. Schoberg over to Ditlevson. Nice turn at midfield by Farmington. Allison Wong didn't take no for an answer. Get the shot off. As a junior or senior, she will learn to take that shot. But I think she was trying to be unselfish. Now shoot. Closer. And we're winding this one down.
10 seconds. Goal kick, Tigers.
A bit of a bump there. Tigers play that one in, and this will bring it to the end of the game. Wildcats on top of this one, 3-0. Awesome performance from the people up top. Defenders, I know, were shut down and solid, but this was a solid effort against a good Farmington team. Come out of this one 3-0 and really dominate the game the way they did. You know, this kind of shows where Coach Ozturk wants his team this time of the year, and there's still some room for improvement, but we'll step away from this one. Again, Wildcats on top, 3-0.